She pulled a small knife from her sleeve, and while no one was looking, secretly sliced open the safety straps on the kayak, making them look worn and broken. Then she sat nearby acting completely normal, quietly watching her husband walk right into her trap. Only when she was sure she hadn't been seen did her nervousness begin to fade. Then they started their canyon rafting trip. As the kayak rushed downstream, they quickly reached a section of violent rapids. Daisy's heart began to race. When a wave crashed over them, her husband fell into the water just as she'd expected. Just when she thought her plan had worked, her husband suddenly popped back above the surface, even holding tightly onto the kayak rope. This unexpected turn completely ruined her plan. Helplessly, she reached out to pull him back, but another wave hit and swept her into the water. Facing death herself, her husband rushed to save her without hesitation. That night, the two toasted to surviving the ordeal. Anna was moved by her husband's selflessness, yet she still didn't give up on wanting to kill him. She imagined luring him into the wilderness and bashing him to death with a rock, but that would be almost like suicide. She thought about scattering food around their tent while camping, so wild animals would tear him apart, but if he died, she would be next. She also considered spilling hot coffee on him while he was driving, causing a panicked crash, but she would die too in the passenger seat. After thinking it over, she finally came up with a good idea. The next day, she lied about helping him overcome his fear of heights and tricked him into climbing to the mountaintop. Trusting her completely, her husband let his guard down entirely. Seeing the perfect moment had come, Daisy pretended to take a photo of him and quietly stepped behind his back.
Any chance for some help?
Are you okay?
Daisy never expected that, out in the middle of nowhere, a stranger would suddenly appear asking for directions. Her plan ruined, she had no choice but to think of something else. The reason she was so determined to kill her husband was that she had discovered a video of him cheating. Watching the disgusting footage, she was so furious she almost had a heart attack. She thought she had finally chosen the right man after careful consideration, only to find that her gentle-looking husband was just another liar. In an instant, the dark side inside her awakened, and she began plotting his murder. After several failed attempts, she lured him to another scenic spot, hoping to stage another fatal accident. But to her shock, a stunning woman suddenly appeared, the very woman her husband had been cheating with. Her husband broke into a cold sweat at the sight of Ellie, but Daisy remained surprisingly calm, even asking him to introduce them. Her husband had no choice but to make an awkward introduction.
Cara and I, we work together. Or not together. We across some of the hotel events.
And you must be Liv, right?
Just then, Ellie's boyfriend Dick walked over, and they exchanged simple introductions. Learning they were all there to travel, the four of them decided to hike together. When they crossed the suspension bridge, Daisy noticed her husband whispering to Ellie. She couldn't believe they were being so reckless, but she held back her anger, determined to finish her revenge. Later, they reached a river to rest. Ellie suggested going for a swim. Jeff acted uninterested on the surface, but inside he was already excited. He excused himself to step away and relieve himself, yet his eyes never left Ellie. Distracted, he tripped and fell. Before Daisy could react, Ellie rushed over to help him, leaving Daisy feeling bitter and jealous. Because of the sudden accident, they cut their day's trip short. The four returned to the hotel for a few drinks before heading to their rooms. But Daisy suddenly exploded in anger, letting out all her frustration. Jeff refused to argue with her anymore, grabbed a jacket, and walked out. He went to a bar alone to drink his sorrows away. On his way back, he ran into Ellie in the hallway.
Will.
Meanwhile, Daisy found a message from Ellie on her husband's phone, asking to meet up. Realizing he had betrayed her again, Daisy rushed out in a frenzy. Braving a heavy downpour, she arrived at their meeting spot, only to find her husband waiting alone at the edge of a cliff.